This question, we have a model and it's actually drawn out for us. So they're throwing a coin from this open window and the coin gets thrown up and then it hits this maximum point before it then falls back down, and this will be where it falls to the floor. So the equation is given to us. We have this equation and we're going to be using that within the rest of the question. So the first one is to write down the height from which the coin was thrown. So for this, part of the question is interpreting what that means, and it just means find A, which is where it crosses the y-axis. So to answer this, I'm going to go to my calculator and I'm going to type in the equation that I'm working with. So 8 plus 3x minus 0.5x squared. And we want to have a look at what the graph looks like. At the moment, clearly my axes are not set up correctly because I can't see a similar shape to what I have on the original question. So I'm going to go into the table. I don't need a negative value, but I'm actually just going to change this to -1. We spoke about this in class. It's better to have that negative value on there so that we can see the axis line and it doesn't totally disappear. And then we want the x value to go up to, let's suggest 10 for now and see what this looks like, or maybe 15. And then the y value, again, we don't need any negative there, so let's just change that to -1. And let's leave it at 15 again, and let's see what this looks like. And now we can see a much better picture of what's happening with the graph. So we need to first of all find where it crosses the y-axis. So I'm going to go on to second function trace and find the value when x is 0. And we can see there that it crosses at y is equal to 8. So there it crosses through the coordinate 0, 8, and therefore it's thrown from a height of 8 meters. And we should include the meters part of it. Then we have the next part of the question, which is calculating the maximum height. So again, we use our calculator, second function trace, maximum, and we want to find the height of the function. So we can see there that the maximum height happens when x is 3, and it's 12.5. So we can write that as a coordinate, but what we're interested in is what is the maximum height, and it's 12.5 meters. So it's the 12.5 meters that we want to write. And then we want to look at where it crosses the x-axis. So for this one, we want to do second function trace and zeros. And we're going to go across to here, and we're going to select and select. And we can see there that it crosses at 8, and therefore we go through 8, 0, and it lands at 8 meters, and that's how far away it lands when we throw this coin. So with this question, it's really crucial to make sure that you've got the units as well as the answers. There's 2 marks for each question, 1 for the answer and 1 for the units. However, you will only get the units mark if the question is correct. If the answer is correct, you won't just get a mark for writing meters each time.